So like in client's tenant, generally we have only default definition, which gets triggered for all the support. But in training tenant, okay, like we try to create our own custom BPs for our support and trigger those. So do you know how to go on to support and copy a BP? Like,
yeah, here we have a lot of issue with the business process. So I don't know how it's like if we create a job requisition and then we on the side when we submit any task in the side process there are business process trigger and there should be business process security as well should be already set up. I did not create the whole on myself, so that's why I'm not understanding. There are a lot of error occur, like they're doing some job requisition, they're not able to see the task, they're not able to see the offer not visible, job application BP has error. So there's a lot of error coming. So because I didn't actually work on everything, so there are pieces in my mind, not the whole system.
so you're talking about your tenant or your client's tenant?
My client's tenant.
Okay,
There are
okay.
there are a lot of issues in the visibility of sometimes they submit a ticket that the offer is not visible, business process job requisition step, they can proceed to the next stage. Sometimes they have requisition is not visible, so there are a lot of issues because I actually didn't work on it, so I don't know where
Okay.
to.
Yeah, but those tickets are good. Like if you're getting such kind, you'll have good learning. And you know the task, right? To check the domains.
Domain security policy. Yeah.
Domain security policies for functional area. So here you will see all the domains related to recruiting. And this is the list. And if you click here, they will have some subdomains also. That's why it's showing a clickable link. So this is like one page where you can find all the domains list. And let's suppose if we want to see the access given to a particular security group, okay? Talking about manager. Okay, so there are two things we can look out related to access for manager. First one is like which all domain access he has. Then
Business process.
Yeah, like in which all business process types, like he has the access to do the actions on. Okay, so we can filter it by recruitment. So we'll see all the tasks related to recruitment. So manager has the task to assess the candidate, to close, to endorse candidate, interview, could be part of job application process, offer, post job, okay? And if you want to see the list of people who are assigned as a manager, you then need to go to maintain assignable role. So if I click here and scroll down, so it will give me the list of all the assignees based on organization. So for each org, we have different set of people, right?
Yes.
It could not be possible that there's only one recruiter for whole KPMG company or for Deloitte. No, we have based on organization. So this is how we can, and we can also export the Excel in order to analyze it. So it's a good feature to do the troubleshooting.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you need to create job requisitions. And if I open Suffolk, any random superpower I'm opening. So if I'll go to related actions and business process, so here I have the option of create copy or link definition, right?
Yes.
So from here, you can select your job rec BP. And you can either copy, link, or whatever. So this particular BP which you are creating, it would be your SUPOC specific. So that could also occur. And if you want to see business process, policy, for functional area, so that is also a good task, I would say. So it will give me a list of all the BPs for a particular functional area. So currently we have these. Some of them we are not going to look into because we don't care about those, because we don't include any steps. Okay. So these are the important ones, and some of them are repeating as well. So offer would be also included in job application. So if I click here, offer is also present. So okay, it is repeating as well. So now let's talk about creating external career site. So what would be your task? You have to create job recs, and you have to, if you want to customize your PPs, that's it. If you don't want to, that's also okay. Let's look into the career site. So career site, we have it with a with an additional word of external. So this is only the external career site which we are preparing, the one which would be visible to the external candidates. Okay, like how we were able to see for Huron, the career site. So that kind of career site we are preparing. So let me have.
Shilpa, I have a question before this topic. So when I create a new security group, like if the client would require that, like currently we have an issue that recruiter are having more access than they're supposed to be. So they were sharing a role with HR. So now they asked me to create a new security group only for recruiter. So they can only have the specific access and the HR have the different security groups. So I have to, is it because the role based? So I will first create a role for them, recruiter, and then create a security group. Then I have to add the business process security, add this group to the business process and domain process security policy as well.
Yes, definitely. Otherwise, that security group won't be able to see tasks and reports, and he won't be able to participate in the required business process steps. So yes, so you should ask your people that which all access particularly you want to give to that security group.
Okay.
So domains.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, your voice is breaking, Simon.
So I said, like, I create a security group and give them permission, like they can create a job rec, they can perform certain actions, but how to add the security policy for business and domain, like I'm not sure about that step.
Okay. So how you have given the access to create the job rec?
Currently, they have it in a role, like there's a HR ops role which is shared by recruiter and HR people. Now they're asking the separate security group for only for primary recruiter. So let's say I'm creating a new group, security group for only recruiter. Like then I'll create a new role only for primary recruiter, and then create a security group, role-based security group constraint, and then
okay. And you have to enable it for job requisition because primary recruiters are tagged at job rec level, right?
Yes. So I'm not sure how to add this group to the business and domain policy, security policy. I'm confused about it.
Okay, no issue. So let's take job rec BP here, a job rec domain. So I just open this particular report, all domains.
Okay.
And randomly I'm selecting. So if I open this, so over here we can see the description that this domain provides access to job requisition data. Okay, and it is under the functional area pre-hire process. Okay, and what a domain includes, it basically includes the list of tasks, reports, and data sources which will be used in creating the custom reports. Okay, so it gives the access of view or modify to all these things. So report fields, reports, and tasks. Then web services are used for integration purpose. So I'll just go to the related action, domain, edit security policy permission. And I'll scroll down. So currently, this domain has access to all these reports and tasks. So you can see here 27 securable items. So securable items are like the Workday delivered ones. Like open job is a report, view job info is a report. Then we have certain service operation. It is for integration basically. And securable reporting items. So this will give the list of fields. Okay, a lot of fields are there. And over here, we can add the security group. Like for example, primary recruiter, if you're saying, so he should be added over here. Do you want to give him the view access or modify access? That depends. Definitely, like if in this domain we are giving the access of job requisition data, so are we also giving primary recruiter the access to edit those data? So for that we have to give modify, and if we are giving modify, view will be given automatically.
Okay.
Definitely. See over here. And if
Yeah.
you're giving view, then only view is possible. And after doing this, I'm not editing anything right now. So this bottom part, it is for integration people. Okay. The above one is for functional people. So if I've added the security groups here, then I need to run a task called activate pending
policy.
Yeah. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And talking about BP now.
Yeah.
So what happens? We have multiple BPs of the same type. So this happens in the training tenants only. Generally in client tenant, we have only one default definition. So if you are making changes in the policy of any one of the BP of the same type, then those policies also get reflected on other BPs as well. For example, I'm making changes here for the job rec. So the job rec default definition, which is there in the system, they will also see the updates which I'm making here. So it is a shared policy. So I'll click on BP process policy and edit it. So we have different sections, and sections represent the steps in the BP. So who can start the BP? Like who will be able to see the create job requisition task? Who will be the initiator? So that could be defined here. Then who can delegate this action to others? Delegation is like somebody is going to be on leave, so we have to assign these for the work to not stop. Then who will be able to create job requisition? So web services represents for integration people. So they create AIBs. So for that, web services are required. Then create job requisition sub-process. So sub-processes are included in job rec, like create, position, post job. Okay, so these security groups will have the access to initiate those. Then who will be able to create confidential job rec, that is defined here. Okay, who will have the access to start the job rec. So we have the first section when we are creating job rec is of start job recs. Who will be able to see that particular thing. Then who can do action steps in the BP. So this is an action step. This is again another action step. So we have properly each defined sections. Cancel, who can resend, who can correct, who can manually advance. okay, who can deny. So all these things are there. And there are certain other features you want to enable or disable. And again, after making changes here, you have to activate pending security changes.
Okay. So this for domain we have job rec data, and for business process we have job rec. That's the same thing.
So domain gives the access to reports and tasks. Business process gives the access. Like if we are editing this over here, if we want our particular security group to be present here in the drop down, okay, like he should be able to perform this particular action step, then we make changes in the BP policy. So BP policy, yeah, security groups are added so that they can execute a particular task in the BP. They should be visible in the drop down of the security group. So this is also an important question from security point of view.
Yeah, no, I was just asking the functional area is like for all domains, the functional area is job rec data, and for business process, the function area will be same job rec data, because you write job rec, so I was a little confused.
So this is the BP, no? So if I open all domains, maybe there would be more domains related to job rec. I randomly selected one.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have to discuss with them which domains they. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that is how we troubleshoot. So configuring everything first time is not an issue. So such kind of troubleshooting takes a lot of time.
Okay, and one more task, like I had the request to activate job alert notification for the internal career site. So I have no idea where to go, where to begin.
Activate job alerts for internal career site. For external, we will see. For external, we will see it over here. And for internal career site.
Yes.
Okay, that I've never done, but let me think of it. We can definitely include notifications on a BP, but alerts are something different.
Yeah, they said activate job alert notification. Usually there was a report. I think they have a report which run every month, so employee can see the available report. But now they requested that they should be activate job alert notification, job alert / notification for internal candidate, so they can get the notification and apply internally.
Okay, so find job is a report, so it's a Workday delivered one. So here we can see all the internal openings. We just need to see and come here, and we can select our own facets in order to filter the openings. Okay, and over here, like so I have the option like to run now. So if I'm running it now, so this is how it will look like. Find job, run now, output would be in an Excel, okay. Then file to be deleted, then report tags. And if I want to share it, share output with other users. So here I can define which security groups I would like this report to see.
Yeah.
And if I want to select certain specified users, that I can select, but alert I need to check. Wait, I'll see that how it would be done. And I'll let you know tomorrow, okay?
Sure. I don't see any option here. Like there should be an option.
Actually, this is a standard report. So we don't make changes on the standard report. There's one report which is created using this one only. Like it is simply copied. Okay, and if I click here. So configure alert. Okay, I could see it here. Yeah. Report name and run frequency, run now, or run once in future or daily recurrence, whatever. Let me select run now. And here I could just send the request name, Then what would be the notification type? It's a general notification, okay? And I could define to whom it will go here. It's the normal notification setup, like how we do it for BPO also, no? What would be the detail, okay? And what would be the text included, text blocks included, and what would be the notification subject. And above we can define the recipients, okay? We can also define the security groups, like we can include employees over here. All the employees will get the things. If you want to include any task on our alerts, okay, maybe a button which will navigate us to a certain task, we can define that as well, okay? So on reports, we can set up all these things: anniversaries, birthdays, notification, time off. So general notification will be the suitable one to configure alerts. So you can tell this solution now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So
And we want.
ask
Sorry,
them. No, I'm saying ask them that what is the customized internal career site you have created. So career site internally looks like this only, okay? Find job. It's simply a report in a runnable format. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So if they wanted to see this alert, I have to copy this report and make another report and run it daily, or and then I can review, because I can't do anything on this standard report.
Yeah, on standard report, you can run it and share it with other users, but it will not go as a alert or a notification. It would just be visible, I think. Like if they will search for this report, no, then they will be able to see. That's it. They'll not get any inbox item or notification or anything. So in order to configure notification, I think you need to check first if there's already any maintained find job related custom report in the system.
Okay, I will check that. Name could be same or little bit different. Sorry.
Yeah, name could be different also. So here I would define the ID for my career site, okay? And this ID would then be a part of the URL, okay, which will represent this career site. So I'll just choose like Sutter Health or so in which all languages I want this career site to be available. So Workday provides us the feature to automatically convert the data for the external candidates into these languages. Okay, so size, Myanmar. So what this mean? Let me also open.
If we select multiple language, but usually I see one language, like default language is English, and then you can have alternate language as well.
Yeah, so this we discuss with the client.
Okay.
So where all the client has branches. Okay, so it is purely given to us by client.
Okay.
So then we can define whether we want embedded mode or not. Then we can define publish site. So we always select this checkbox. So what it means that whatever changes we are doing here on the career site, they will get reflected on the external career site as well. So if you're making any changes on the career site, we have to publish again so that the changes are getting reflected. Then any downtime service URL we want to provide, like for example, Workday gets doesn't work on weekends. So in that case, if we want to provide any URL as a workaround, we can define here. Then external labels connection, to be honest, I have not worked on it properly, but what I feel these are like, we can define the labels, not the Workday delivered ones. We can rename it with our own custom labels, the buttons and the various features like the facets or anything. But I have not worked on it, to be honest.
Shilpa, can you repeat the downtime service URL?
So downtime service URL is like any workaround URL you want to provide, okay, on the site that this URL will work for during the downtime. So this URL will get reflected if our site is not working.
Okay. Thank you.
Or like if our site is not working, then this would be the workaround URL on which we have to click and go. Then EU cookie policy. So we have seen now almost all companies asking for accepting or declining the cookies. So we can define the message over here for those cookies, and we can define to which all people it would be. Show only in limited time zones, always show to all visitors, do not show to any visitors. Okay, so we can define that particular section.
What does this cookie do? Will Shilpa, they restrict some data visibility? What do they do, these cookies?
So cookies are basically for tracking purposes, like from which particular zone we have, how many numbers of users coming onto this site, or this is also for security purpose as well, I would say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So what it says, this option will show to device that communicate with our servers, indicating that the operating system. This option will not display. Okay, you may choose display a cookie banner on the external career site. You must specify message in the cookie banner and may add a link to a relevant policy. If you're unfamiliar with these requirements, please seek the advice of legal counsel. So these are majorly for security purposes of the apps. And this message is also given to us by the client, and they generally share the link also with it. I've seen it, which includes another site which they have created, and it includes all the rules and conditions and anything they want to mention.
Okay.
Then tracking and analytics. So this is again for the users who are coming onto this career site using Google platforms. Okay, so each user have a Google ID with them. Okay, and this helps the career site to keep a track of which all users and what were their IDs for future references. Okay, for reporting and analysis purpose. That's it. And I've never filled in this data. So yeah. So here, generally, the integration team or the client team provides us the tracking ID, and we mention over here. And by going on to this tracking ID in the Workday system, the security team or the integration team will be able to have record of all the users who have visited the career site.
Okay.
Then comes the branding section. So how the career site will look like, what would be the color, what would be the logo, what would be the side panel, all these things are defined in branding. Okay, so we have certain Workday deliver, like I have created previously, but we also can create it. I'll show you the task.
But these Google ID, do we have to provide them, or they already have it? These, sorry,
No, like we functional consultants are not aware about this. Either the client will tell us if they have any URL, or if they have any ID on which they're tracking, or the security people from client team, or we can also ask the integration team from our company, like if they know about any ID. But we functional consultants are not aware.
Okay.
Okay, so what I was searching, create brand. So this is how the task looks like. It will ask for the brand name. So brand name is what it is coming here in the drop down. Moving on. So in Workday, this blue section along with these different subsection, this is called a guided tour experience in Workday. Okay, you should be aware about this term, guided tour experience.
It's guided tour, you said? Guided tour?
Guided tour, GUIDED TOUR.
Okay.
Okay. Then we can define the colors as well, the background color, text color, accent bar color. So these are in the format of hexadecimal. So you can simply search the hexadecimal values on net and put it over here. I have a collection, but yeah, just let me see. Yeah, this is how it looks. Yeah, see, red is coming. Okay, and if I want to see green, I think these are same only. Oh, that yeah, green is coming.
Okay.
This is how like we can select the different colors. Then what would be the logo we want to attach on our brand? So for that, we should have the logo already, and Workday accepts JPEG files and all these formats.
Okay.
So this is the logo, and then we have the image banner. So image banner is like, so see at the back of this career side, we can see a background picture, no? So this is called the image banner. So we can select that as well. So like this, we can select. Then how the buttons will look like. Okay, what shape of the button we want. This is for all the buttons, whether pill shape, rounded or squared. Okay, then we have some primary color, primary buttons. For example, the primary buttons are the big ones, like get started is a big one. And if I click here, then apply button is a primary button. Then these are also the primary button, the major ones, I would say. So what would be the color, border color of those buttons, text color, over border color, over text color. So all these data we can define.
Okay.
Generally, I've not seen any issue while configuring a career site because each and every detail is given in a very good format. Then what are secondary buttons? So secondary buttons are like the hidden buttons. So over here, we will be able to see the job alerts, okay? Or these buttons are also the secondary buttons only. Then if there are any additional components, so do you know about progress bar?
No, I don't know.
So once you click on any opening, okay, so let me apply manually. I don't remember the account, but let me check. So these are called the progress bars. So they have a button kind of a thing and line. Okay, so how it will look like? So currently it is grayed out. Okay, and on the button, like if I move on to the next stage, it will have a active blue white kind of a stage. So we can define that over here. Like what would be the color of the progress bar and fields, accent color and the header text color. We can define that. And at the end, we just need to review whatever we have given.
Okay.
So by default, Workday is taking these colors for primary button and for secondary buttons. Then accent and this. So this they are choosing like from what we have set over here, accent bar color. So they have done their own algo at the back end. That's it. So there is an error coming. you can create your own brand as well. So you will create once you're creating your career site. So it doesn't lead to triggering of any BP because we don't have submit button here. That's it. And currently I have not refreshed it. That's why I'm not able to see it. Okay. But I'm not going to click on OK today because I'll be covering the next section tomorrow. So it's okay. We can select it tomorrow as well. Then what would be the header title? So currently we have Huron, right? Over here also Huron. Huron is here as well. So we can define the header title. The header title displays at the top of every page next to your logo to maximize space for navigation. Okay, so over here, like this is the header. Then we have homepage URL. So what happens? We have a logo here, and if I click on it, no, it's a clickable logo. So we can attach a home link, which will navigate us to the home page of the career site. So wherever we are, like on this page also, we'll be able to see this logo and it's clickable. So if I click it, it will take me to the home page. So this is what they're asking. We can define the home page URL and home link text. If we want to make any text also visible underneath, that also could be done. Then hide search for job links. So this new. So what happens when we are searching for a lot of openings here? So sometimes the search bar gives us the summary of our last few searches. So if we want to hide that, we can do it from here. Then default sidebar. So sidebar is this about us information, which we can see here. Okay, so it has a title, it has a logo, it has a text. And yeah, this is called the sidebar. And in Workday, we have the option to configure the sidebars. So currently we have these ones. And if I click on it and show you how it looks like. To see. So welcome title is coming. Okay. Then text is coming. Then nothing else over here. Then about us option is also coming. Then another text, and it is also including image. So it will have a logo, and for logo, we should definitely have a file attached. So all these details will come in the sidebar. Welcome and about us. Okay. So we can select anything over here. So if I look out for this one, it only has about us, our work text, then logo, and this the logo. So this is what similar we are able to see here as well. Just an about us. We're not putting any other second sidebar configuration here. So we can select anything, and if we want to create it, we can do that as well. Then start your application message. So once a person clicks on any opening, okay. So start your application. So this is what the message has been present here. So we can define the message over here as well. Okay. Then we have another section. So this is the last section I'm going to discuss today. And that is of prospect introduce yourself. So if I come here, currently I'm logged in. Let me sign out. So see, I could see an option of introduce yourself. So if I click here, I need to give certain basic details about myself, like country, first name, last name, along with resume. Okay, and there's some text which is there. Then there's a checkbox with some text beside it. So all this data is coming from here. So if I want to enable it, first this is the requirement. Then what would be the header, link, text, and page title? So this is what they're talking about. Introduce yourself. Then page instruction text. So this is the page instruction text. Then require resume attachment. Yes, most of the companies. Then default opt-in terms and conditions. So that also we can define. So it could be customized on the basis of countries. Okay. Then any opt-in consent message we want to include. Then auto append source means like what would be the sources? Wait, let me show you. Yeah, currently it is not enabled here. So if by default, like if somebody is introducing themselves, so what would be the source tag to those people? Okay, so we can define it over here. So every person, like either through job application or through referral or something, they will have a source attached, like how they were introduced to the company or whatever. So for such kind of prospects, introduce yourself, what automatic source we would like to attach it to, and then to which candidate pool they would be tagged in Workday, so that we can define. So candidate pool is simply collection of candidates. Okay, so we have static and dynamic pools, about which we'll learn later on. Then to which candidate tag these people who are introducing themselves would be tagged in Workday. So this the candidate won't know. This is for internal database creation. So recruiter can quickly see the list of all the candidates in this pool for the prospects. Okay, then confirmation message for direct links. So any confirmation over here we can define here as well. Okay, so this is about introducing ourselves. So for today, just go through this task once again, and please create your job recs, I would say. Otherwise, you'll forget it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Silpa, this auto tag spend sources, they can like, this is like how they get here, like a social, like a LinkedIn account or Google or Indeed, those type of sources they're talking about.
Yes, so sources are maintained in the system in Workday. So currently we have these sources. That's why Workday is showing us all these options. But for prospect introduce yourself particularly, what sources we would like to tag them to? If let's suppose they are hired in future, so on their worker profile, what would be the source field showing? So we can define the auto append sources from here. So we don't have the multi select option over here, right? We can only have one source mentioned.
Okay.
So what would be the suitable one? Website. So this is something different. Wait. So we can maintain sources as well. I'll show you. See, so this is the category. This is the name. So if I'm creating a new one, I need to define the name, and then I need to define the sources, and those should be mapped to Workday delivered details. Like these sources would be used during job alerts or internal application or employee referral. or recruiting campaigns. So we can define that. So if I scroll down, for example, employee is a category and we have current employee as a source, which is tagged to internal application. Then we have some other, for referral, we have these kind of mapping. Like for Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Workday provides the mapping. So we can define that. For websites also. We can define, but we don't have the mapping currently present in the system. So this is the task where we can do it. So we can allow recruiting source categorization on career sites. That should be checked in because we'll be only then able to see these sources. Then the candidate pools are like, I'll show you quickly. I hope people are there. Yeah. So we have list of these candidates, okay? And they have a particular search criteria enabled and automatically they are getting added on. So this is a dynamic candidate pool where based on a criteria, automatically whosoever is getting connected to the organization are getting tagged over here. We have another type called static pools where manually a recruiter or any other security group is going to add candidates over here. So this is how the pool look like. So it is showing the location, job titles, pool, and we don't have any save filter. So yeah. So if we are selecting any candidate pool here now, so in Workday, that prospect would then be visible in that candidate pool automatically.
Okay.
Then candidate, so we have tags in Workday in order to associate one business object with another business object. So this is what tag means. So let's suppose candidate needs to be related to some department for future references, or the candidate would be part of some company or location or a hierarchy. So such kind of tagging could occur here right away. So currently we have these in the system. Yeah, that's it. So default opt-in terms and conditions are like this. By entering your email address with a link, then we have a consent message that yes, I have read and consent to the terms and condition. So this is how it is looking like. So Workday is now coming up with a few feature that if we go on the worker profile now, we'll have the pronounce feature available. Like there would be we need to click on it and Workday will spell the person's name. So this is a very good feature coming up. So yeah, just revise this task and create your job recs and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?